All right, Taurus, let's get into your reading. All right, the message that I have for you today is this: you cannot say no. Let us go ahead and get into it because what is forming now demands your attention. Whatever this person is preparing to say, the cards confirm it will shake your entire world. The words heading your way carry a gravity, a sincerity that will disarm you on the spot. You are about to receive something from this person, striking deeper than ordinary conversation would. This is not surface level talk approaching. It is a declaration that has been building for ages. The message they hold inside has a weight to it that makes refusal feel genuinely impossible. Something about the raw honesty behind their delivery will catch you entirely off guard this time. You have not heard this person speak with this transparency before, and it will land deeply. The timing of what they share is no accident, and the cards confirm that with total clarity. You were meant to hear this reading today because it prepares you for something your heart already senses. Every piece of this reading points toward an unavoidable moment, one that reshapes your understanding. Let us go deeper into the cards because the energy behind this approaching message is extraordinary. Our first card is the Page of Cups, revealing the nature of what is coming toward you. Page of Cups tells me an emotional offering is being prepared, tender and vulnerable in its core. The emotion packed into this message is unlike anything this person has ever attempted to express. This card carries the energy of a heartfelt confession, crafted with genuine care and raw sincerity. What approaches you is wrapped in emotional honesty, the kind you will instantly recognize as real. There is an innocence behind what this person wants to express, a purity impossible to dismiss. Page of Cups confirms the message will arrive softly, but its impact will echo through you for weeks. This is not calculated charm. It is the unfiltered voice of a heart finally speaking its full truth. The vulnerability laced through their words will reach a place inside you nothing else has been able to. The next card arriving is the Three of Wands, adding powerful anticipation to this entire reading. Three of Wands tells me this moment has been forming, longer than either of you fully realize. The horizon has been shifting quietly, and what once seemed distant is now arriving with undeniable speed. This card shows a person who waited patiently, watching for the right opening to finally speak. Three of Wands confirms the buildup behind their words stretches back months, not days or impulsive weeks. What they plan to say has been refined, shaped by patience and an ache they could not shake. The Three of Wands says this is not spontaneous. It is a carefully timed and deliberate emotional revelation. Their words have been sitting at the edge, held back only by fear of how you might respond. Then we have the Empress, confirming that what approaches is rooted in nurturing and abundant devotion. The Empress tells me the feelings behind their message are overflowing, barely contained inside them anymore. Nurturing energy pours through this card, confirming that their intentions toward you are rooted in genuine care. This card speaks of a love that wants to provide, to shelter, and to offer something truly lasting. The Empress confirms their confession carries maternal warmth, a deep desire to build something real with you. What they want to tell you is not casual interest, it is a vision built on deep adoration. The Empress says their words will feel like arriving home, like hearing what your soul already quietly knew. This card radiates abundance in its purest form, and that abundance is aimed squarely at you with purpose. What the Empress offers is not possession or control, it is devotion that wants you to flourish. These three cards confirm that what is heading your way will be unlike anything you have heard before. The sincerity behind it, the timing woven through it, and the depth of every word will stun you. You will not be able to say no because their words will match what your heart has craved. This message found you for a reason, and the cards urge you to stay open for what arrives. The moment is closer than you think, and when their words reach you, everything will begin to shift. Stay present and stay receptive, because when their words arrive, you will feel it in your body. Nothing about what is coming feels ordinary, and every card today confirmed that with total precision. So now we turn the mirror toward you, because there is a lot unfolding inside your spirit. You have been standing at the edge of something big, and your nerves are completely aware of it. There is an anticipation buzzing through your chest, a feeling you cannot quite name or pin down. Your gut keeps sending signals that a shift is near, and your mind cannot stop analyzing every detail. You feel caught between deep excitement and dread, unsure which emotion deserves more space inside your body. Part of you craves what is approaching, and another part braces for impact, like an uncontrollable reflex. The tension between wanting and fearing has turned your inner world into a spinning loop of contradictions. You have been overthinking every single possible scenario, running each version until your thoughts feel worn and frayed. Sleep has not come easily, and the quiet hours bring a restlessness that settles deep behind your ribs. Your emotional reserves feel thinner than usual, stretched across too many heavy, unanswered questions and waiting. Our first card is the Seven of Cups, and this captures your current mental state with striking accuracy. Seven of Cups tells me your mind is flooded with options, each pulling you in a different direction. You cannot decide what to believe, what to hope for, or what outcome to emotionally prepare yourself for. This card shows a fog of possibilities swirling around your thoughts, making clarity feel frustratingly out of reach. Seven of Cups says you have been building fantasies and worst-case outcomes with equal emotional investment. One moment you imagine the best result, and the next you spiral into a version where everything collapses. The constant mental shifting has left you thoroughly drained, unable to anchor yourself to any single grounded perspective. Your imagination has become both your comfort and your torment, feeding hope and fear simultaneously without pause. Seven of Cups confirms that the real struggle is not external. It is the chaos happening entirely within. You need stillness more than answers, a moment to stop constructing outcomes and simply breathe through the unknown. The next card coming through is Strength, and this speaks directly to the courage sitting dormant inside you. Strength tells me you possess more emotional resilience than you have been giving yourself credit for. Beneath all the anxiety and the spinning thoughts, a steady and quiet power lives inside your core, untouched. This card says you have survived harder seasons than this, and those survivals built a foundation you forget. Strength confirms that your ability to remain open despite fear is not weakness, but profound inner bravery. You have been mistaking your vulnerability for fragility, when in reality, it is your greatest hidden resource. The courage required to stay receptive during uncertainty is the exact energy strength celebrates in this position. This card reminds you that softness and power coexist beautifully inside you, even when doubt suggests otherwise. Your emotional endurance is remarkable, and strength wants you to stop underestimating what you are truly capable of. Then we have the Two of Swords, and this card pinpoints the mental block holding your clarity hostage. Two of Swords shows me a mind frozen between two truths, refusing to fully commit to either one. You know what you feel, but you keep second-guessing whether trusting those feelings is a safe decision. The blindfold on this card represents the self-imposed barrier, the refusal to see what is already obvious. Two of Swords says the answers you seek are not hidden. They sit directly in front of you. The indecision is not protecting you. It is prolonging a discomfort that only resolves when you choose trust. You have been guarding yourself so carefully that the guard itself has become heavier than what you fear. Two of Swords confirms the block will dissolve the moment you stop fighting what your instincts know. Seven of Cups asked you to quiet the mental noise. Strength reminded you of the power living within. Two of Swords now asks you to lower the guard and let yourself receive what is approaching. Your heart is ready, even if your mind resists, and that readiness is what this reading confirmed. These cards see a soul standing at the edge of something meaningful, needing only permission to step in. You already hold everything you need inside yourself, and these cards have reflected that truth back to you. The permission you have been waiting for is not coming from outside. It has to come from within. Okay, now we step fully into their world, and what is happening inside them is absolutely staggering. This person has been carrying a weight that would buckle most people, and they have told nobody. Their internal landscape is turbulent, filled with emotions that collide against each other without any resolution. The composure they project outward is a performance, one that exhausts them more with every passing day. Beneath that controlled exterior lives a person drowning in feelings they have no outlet for at all. They wake up tangled in thoughts of this bond, unable to separate their identity from what they feel. The emotional pressure building inside them has reached a critical point, demanding release they keep refusing. Their pride acts as a fortress, shielding a vulnerability so tender that even they fear facing. Every layer of defense they constructed was built specifically to protect what they consider their most fragile truth. This person operates in a constant state of negotiation, bargaining with emotions that refuse to cooperate. Our first card here is the Queen of Swords, and this reveals how they have been managing internally. Queen of Swords tells me this person leads with intellect, using logic as a shield against raw feeling. They have trained themselves to rationalize every emotion, reducing what they feel into neat, controllable categories. This card shows a mind that dissects feelings instead of experiencing them, analyzing rather than surrendering. Queen of Swords says the sharpness they display outwardly masks a grief they cannot bring themselves to name. Their words have been deliberately measured, each sentence calculated to reveal nothing of the storm raging beneath. This card confirms a person terrified of appearing weak, who equates emotional expression with dangerous personal exposure. The intellectual armor has served them well in every other area, but here it is failing spectacularly. Queen of Swords reveals that the more they think, the further they drift from what their heart wants. The next card arriving is the Five of Cups, and this uncovers the grief sitting at their center. Five of Cups tells me this person mourns something they believe was lost, even though it still exists. They grieve the version of this bond that felt effortless, before distance and silence complicated everything. The sorrow is quiet but relentless, surfacing during idle moments, when their defenses naturally lower at night. Five of Cups reveals a person fixated on perceived failures, replaying missteps with punishing emotional accuracy. They blame themselves for the distance, more than they would ever verbally admit to any living soul. Guilt threads through their daily thoughts, convincing them that they cause damage beyond any possible repair. Five of Cups says their grief is not about losing interest. It is about fearing they ruined everything. This regret colors every interaction they have, casting shadows on moments that should otherwise feel neutral. Their emotional world revolves around a loss they manufactured, one that may not even be real. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this reveals the steady devotion burning beneath all the grief. Knight of Pentacles tells me this person has not abandoned their commitment. They have only gone inward. This card shows loyalty that operates quietly, a person who demonstrates care through patience rather than grand display. Knight of Pentacles says their dedication runs methodical and deep, the kind that endures seasons without recognition. The devotion reflected here is not flashy or loud. It is structural and embedded in who they are. This person has been tending to their feelings for this bond, privately and consistently, without seeking any applause. Knight of Pentacles confirms an investment that never wavered, even when everything appeared to crumble. Their steadiness is their love language, and the Knight of Pentacles wants that understood with absolute clarity. Queen of Swords showed intellect masking vulnerability. Five of Cups exposed the grief they carry over perceived loss. Knight of Pentacles revealed a devotion so embedded, it persists without acknowledgement or any external encouragement at all. This person battles between grief and loyalty every single day, and loyalty continues to win that quiet war. Their emotional world is a landscape of contradictions, sharp logic fighting tender feeling at every possible turn. What burns inside them is not confusion. It is a knowing they cannot outthink or rationalize into silence. They feel more than they will ever say, and every card today has exposed that truth unmistakably. Now we shift into what this person is actively preparing to do, and the momentum is undeniable. The internal debate is over for them, and what follows is decisive movement aimed directly at you. They have crossed a threshold inside themselves, and there is no returning to the passive version anymore. A concrete plan is forming behind their silence, and the cards confirm it is already well underway. This person is assembling their courage piece by piece, building toward a moment of total transparency. The preparation happening behind the scenes is meticulous, every word being chosen with surgical precision and care. They are not stumbling into this blindly. They are engineering a conversation designed to leave nothing unsaid. What they are constructing is not casual. It is a full-scale emotional declaration of intent. The gears have been turning quietly for weeks, and the machinery of their decision is nearly complete. Timing is the only variable left, and even that is narrowing rapidly as their resolve solidifies each day. Our first card is the Eight of Wands, and this confirms swift and direct communication heading your way. Eight of Wands is one of the fastest cards in the entire deck, signaling action without further hesitation. This card tells me messages are already being drafted, words typed and deleted and rewritten obsessively. Eight of Wands says the delivery will arrive rapidly, like a burst of energy that cannot be contained. The speed behind this card leaves no room for hesitation. Once it launches, there is no retreat. Eight of Wands confirms that contact will come through direct channels, not through hints or passive gestures. Expect something unmistakable arriving soon, a message or a call that carries their full, unfiltered honesty. This card moves like lightning, and the communication it represents will strike with that same crackling intensity. Eight of Wands says the waiting period is collapsing, and the distance between intention and action is vanishing. They are past the point of hypothetical planning. This has entered the stage of imminent execution. The shift from thinking to doing has already occurred, and there is no mechanism left to reverse it. The next card arriving is the Wheel of Fortune, and this amplifies the inevitability of what is unfolding. The Wheel of Fortune tells me fate is intervening, accelerating a reunion that was always destined. This card says the timing is no longer in their hands alone. The universe is orchestrating the encounter. The wheel confirms that external circumstances will align perfectly, creating an opening neither of you could manufacture. Coincidences will stack in rapid succession, placing you both in exactly the right position at the right moment. The wheel says this is not random chance operating. It is a cycle completing exactly as designed. Their decision to act will collide with a divinely timed window, and the convergence will feel almost scripted. This card removes the final obstacles between their intention and your doorstep, clearing the path with invisible hands. The wheel confirms that what felt stalled is now spinning rapidly, gaining speed with each passing hour ahead. Forces larger than either of you are contributing to this, and resisting it would prove entirely futile. The wheel says the moment they reach out will feel fated, because on every level it truly is. Circumstances beyond their control will give them the final push, the last nudge they needed to finally move. Eight of Wands confirmed lightning-fast communication approaching, direct and impossible to misread or dismiss casually. The Wheel of Fortune confirmed that fate is actively engineering the timing, removing every remaining barrier between you. Together, these two cards create a picture of unstoppable forward motion, fueled by both decision and cosmic alignment. What this person does next will not trickle in cautiously. It will arrive like a tidal wave. The preparation phase has ended, and what follows is the kind of bold, decisive action that redefines everything. Their next step will not leave you guessing. It will announce itself with clarity that demands attention. The collision between their readiness and fate's timing creates an unstoppable force aimed entirely at you. Nothing about this approaching contact is accidental, and every card today confirmed that movement is imminent. The conversation you have been waiting for is no longer a distant possibility. It is an approaching certainty. So now we uncover what this person will never voluntarily say, the confessions they keep locked away. This is the part of the reading where we go beneath every mask, beneath every carefully chosen silence. What they suppress daily would stun you because the depth of it defies what their behavior suggests. They swallow words constantly, pushing down truths that claw at the walls of their chest every night. The hidden layer inside them throbs with an urgency, a desperation to be heard that they suffocate daily. They rehearse confessions in the dark, whispering things to empty rooms that were always meant for you. The gap between what they show and what they harbor is wider than anyone could possibly imagine. Their public composure exists only because, over many years, they perfected the art of emotional containment. Underneath that rehearsed exterior pulses a truth so raw that releasing it feels more terrifying than holding it. This person starves for a moment of total honesty, craving permission to finally speak without any filter. Our first card is the Ten of Swords, and this exposes the private agony behind their prolonged silence. Ten of Swords tells me the weight of what they conceal has brought them to a breaking point. This card shows a person impaled by their own unspoken truths, pierced by every single swallowed word. The silence is not comfortable for them. It is excruciating in ways they will never let anyone witness. Ten of Swords says staying quiet now hurts worse than the fear of being fully vulnerable with you. They have reached a threshold where concealment hurts worse than exposure, and that shift changes absolutely everything. This card reveals that their composure is fractured now, barely holding together under the strain of suppressed honesty. The confession pressing hardest against their ribs is that you are the singular thought dominating their existence. They do not merely think of you occasionally. You occupy a permanent residence inside their waking consciousness. Ten of Swords confirms they are exhausted from pretending otherwise, drained from performing indifference they do not feel. The hidden truth is that every attempt to move forward without you ended in complete emotional collapse privately. They tried to convince themselves the feelings would fade, and instead watched them intensify beyond all reason. Then we have the Lovers, and this card strips away the final layer to expose their deepest secret. The Lovers tells me this person has already chosen you, silently and irrevocably, inside their deepest mind. The choice was never a real question for them. It was recognition that happened before logic intervened. This card reveals a soul-level confession, the acknowledgement that you are not just wanted, but genuinely needed. The Lovers says what they hide most carefully is that they consider you their match on every level. They see themselves reflected in you, and that mirror terrifies them because it confirms something unfakeable. The secret yearning coiled inside them is for complete emotional union, without barriers or pretense standing between. The Lovers confirms they have fantasized about full transparency, imagining a moment where walls collapse simultaneously. They crave the version of this connection where nothing remains hidden, where both hearts operate completely exposed. This person acknowledges that you altered their life's trajectory, and no detour has led them away. The confession they guard above all others is that walking away from you was never a genuine option. They know with bone-deep certainty that you are irreplaceable, and that knowing haunts every silent moment. Ten of Swords exposed their agony. The Lovers revealed the choice their heart made long ago. Together, these cards confirm a person who is drowning in unspoken devotion, gasping beneath the weight of it. What they hide is not indifference or hesitation. It is a love so consuming it terrifies them completely. The words they rehearse alone at night circle the same confession, that you are everything they cannot say. Their silence has never been absence. It has been a dam holding back a flood of overwhelming declaration. If the walls came down for even a single moment, What pours out would change everything you believed. The magnitude of what they suppress daily would rewrite every assumption you currently hold about their feelings. The truth buried inside them is simple and devastating. You are the one, and they have always known. Okay, we now bring this entire reading to its close, and the final cards seal everything beautifully. The near future is arranging itself beautifully around this connection, and what forms ahead is genuinely remarkable. Our first card for the near future is the Ace of Pentacles, offering a tangible new beginning ahead. Ace of Pentacles tells me a real and grounded opportunity is forming, one built on substance, not fantasy. This card confirms a solid foundation being laid, the kind that supports lasting partnership and mutual growth. The Ace of Pentacles says, what arrives will feel stable, secure, and unlike anything this bond has known. This is not another cycle of uncertainty. It is the start of something concrete and genuinely sustainable. What materializes in the near future will carry real weight, something you can hold, not promises floating midair. Ace of Pentacles confirms that the next chapter of this connection begins with an offering you can trust. For the advice card, we have the Hierophant stepping forward with sacred guidance on how to receive this. The Hierophant asks you to honor the traditional path, to value commitment, and allow trust to lead you. This card advises you to approach what comes with reverence, treating it as the milestone it truly is. The Hierophant says, do not overthink what arrives. Instead, receive it with an open and willing heart. Trust the established rhythms of love and allow this connection to follow its natural and sacred progression. The Hierophant confirms that sincerity deserves sincerity in return, and your openness is the key to everything. Now let us revisit the message. You will not be able to say no to what approaches you. Every card across this reading confirmed exactly why that statement holds such undeniable and lasting truth. Let us walk through what was revealed, because the confirmation stacked across all 6 parts is extraordinary. The story told by these cards is unified and consistent, every piece pointing toward the same undeniable conclusion. Page of Cups opened with a tender emotional offering, a heartfelt confession being carefully prepared just for you. 3 of Wands showed this moment building on the horizon, anticipated and refined over many patient months. The Empress confirmed their feelings overflow with nurturing abundance, a love that wants to shelter and provide. 7 of Cups reflected your mind flooded with spinning possibilities, unable to settle on a single truth. Strength reminded you of the quiet power living inside you, a resilience far deeper than you recognized. 2 of Swords pinpointed the mental block holding your clarity hostage, a guard ready to finally dissolve. Queen of Swords revealed intellect shielding raw vulnerability, a sharp exterior masking grief they could not name. 5 of Cups exposed the private mourning they carry, grieving a closeness they feared was permanently damaged. Knight of Pentacles showed steady embedded loyalty, a devotion operating quietly without seeking any outside recognition. 8 of Wands confirmed swift, direct communication approaching, contact arriving like a bolt of undeniable lightning. Wheel of Fortune revealed fate actively intervening, engineering the timing of a reunion that was always destined. 10 of Swords exposed their agony in silence, broken open by the sheer weight of suppressed truth. The Lovers confirmed they already chose you, silently and irrevocably, long before logic had any say. Ace of Pentacles promised a grounded new beginning, a foundation solid enough to build something truly lasting upon. The Hierophant offered sacred guidance, urging you to receive what comes with trust and genuine open reverence. 14 cards spoke today, and not a single one contradicted the message that brought you to this reading. You will not be able to say no, because what this person carries for you is absolute. What approaches is worthy of your trust, worthy of your hope, and worthy of your open heart. This connection has weathered silence, distance, and doubt, and the cards confirm it emerged even stronger. Thank you so deeply for being here today, for trusting